Yep.
We've already been recording for 7 minutes, though.
Have we?
No, what? We haven't. Yeah, this is how we do the podcast. Doug normally just fucks off and does his own thing.
There's a fucking satellite dish in the background.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, there's two.
Oh my god, Doug, don't run to it. It's fucking ages away. It's slightly fucking blurry.
And it's in the fog.
Look how you're running with a rock. Oh, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
It's this holy rock.
Oh, shit.
So what episode is this?
86.
Is
No,
this
it
the
isn't.
intro?
This is
Already.
This is happening.
It's already started.
Wow, I'm so nervous.
84. This is episode 85 of Trusty Crowbar podcast.
Not 87 like when we put up the post and the video, which you even retweeted and wrote episode 87 of the...
So Reese uploaded
podcast.
our first official video podcast, which this one is the second official video podcast. So please check us out on youtube.com.
Are you going to say
hold
that
on,
every time
wait.
we put videos out?
Wait, are we
Now,
recording?
I've
I don't know
been
what's
ripped
going on.
on that it is a vodcast. However, my theory was it's a video of a podcast, not a vodcast.
Yep.
Yeah, because our initial thing is podcast.
I think if we only did video, then it would be a vodcast.
Yeah.
Very important distinctions here, boys.
Yep.
Well, we don't technically look at the
Only
camera too
because
much.
otherwise we look like the biggest...
Did you just stare at me?
So I was like, what is he looking at? Oh, yeah, there's a camera up there. My bad.
I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise we look like children because apparently everyone laughed at us.
Yep.
They're like, oh, it's a video,
No,
it's a
yeah, right.
podcast. I'm like, what? I don't know.
That's fine.
I'm like, we're not in the industry.
Well, we are now because we're pretty famous.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
should
personalities now.
Yeah.
All of us.
should probably start again.
I've got I just got
By the
my-
way, we probably should do our introductions.
Yes.
I'm Reese Winningslow.
I'm Lucas Winning Slow.
I'm Douglas Bright.
And we have our special guest.
Nicholas
There we
Kleinberg.
go.
How are you, Nick?
Or KB.
None of your business.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Fuck off,
Thank you,
Lucas. Ask 20 questions.
Question one, what is your name? No.
Now, if anyone hears, see how I said that? Here's us getting sweaty
Oh, that's
because
so
it's
funny.
quite warm
How well that's
in
is
this
it like
room. Douglas, yeah, exactly.
No, and it's good. You
Flicking
can,
off. I don't know what is that? How's that the sound of sweat coming off?
it's
your
like
fingers?
Spider-Man sweat. He's like,
people can watch it in 1080.
You what?
1080p on YouTube. Watch Reese getting sweaty.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
Well, Doug doesn't-
zoom right in on that one.
Doug doesn't have his-
www.redtube.com/race.
Yep. Go to it. View it. Everyone. No,
Racist.
don't do that. It's
He's like, it's already there.
not safe. Not safe for work at all. Hey, let's talk about games.
Yeah, video games.
That's what we're here for.
How boring.
Yeah, I know. What's everyone been playing lately?
Lots of Destiny still.
You still playing Destiny?
Yeah. It's a game that I'm still...
That's real weird, Lucas, because I haven't had a text message from you saying, oh, Doug, you should play some of this with me.
Oh,
So that is-
I gotta be
that
attention.
is-
lover.
Well, Luke actually sent me a message and said, "Hey, I found a loot cave."
So it
I
is
said,
really
"Oh,
strange.
okay." So we went to the loot cave. It wasn't even a cave for one. So I was a bit shattered about
It was
that.
a loot corridor.
Yeah. And then
And this guy, clearly not thinking how it's going to work, he's just sitting there looking down this corridor, and I'm jumping and pointing and doing everything you can to like make him like follow me down the stairs
Why don't you just
to wait
talk
for the
to him?
respawn.
because his
was
wife
late.
was asleep in bed.
Yeah,
grumpy,
late at night.
Grumpy next to him.
Oh, you're playing in bed.
No, I wasn't in bed. I was out of bed, but it was in the bedroom.
Yep. And but by the way, when you were doing that, I knew what you were asking for.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I had Geordie right next to me, one of my friends, and he's just like, "Oh, yeah, he's telling you to go," and then I'm like, "I know, I'm just doing this to
I
piss
was
you off."
so annoyed. I
You
was
kept
shooting,
pointing. You were pointing at everything the whole time. I was like, "Oh,
pointing,
yeah."
and jumping. I'm like, I'm not bringing any attention to myself.
And then he realised that you stood still, and he's like, "I bet she's writing a message." And it's like, "Get out of the way, you dickhead! You're never going to kill people upstairs again." Like, all right, well. And too bad we got nothing. That being said, I think when people go to loot caves, they normally stay there for about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas we are actually there for maybe
It was 10 minutes.
10
I think,
minutes.
Yeah.
And
Did
I
you
got
get any
over it.
legendaries?
No.
No.
Gutted.
I found more legendaries just doing like a strike mission. Or found one.
Yeah?
I got some boots. Yeah, some
Nice.
I don't
purple
even know
guys.
what this stuff is.
Like the.
Well, if you actually got past the turning on the game and making your character
No,
Doug,
so-
you'd probably know.
Doug's
I
stuck
walked-
on the hairstyles.
I walked for 30 seconds.
Shaved head or no hair?
And then I pressed the button that made him sit down.
Yeah.
Did that for a bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, let's see how long this.
Intense.
I'm going to go stop that banging around.
Well, there's
stuff.
some noise happening over in the corner.
We
so
probably might have a bit of a storm
Makes the
coming up
studio
tonight.
feel
Oh,
more.
yeah.
That's all right. That doesn't matter.
It's fine. We
That's
got
fine.
laptops.
So they changed it from a loot cave to a loot corridor.
Yeah.
didn't
It's the,
Well, I don't think they
yeah.
changed it. Luke just thought. Oh, but okay, the loot cave, the original loot cave was
they? Which I never went to.
which you never went to. Have you been playing it?
Yeah.
On
27.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Have you been playing it on
PS3.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. PS3. So
It said PS3.
Last gen.
Oh my god.
you already had this
Being
conversation
schooled
on
by
one of our-
console fags.
one of our comments.
Did I?
With the yeah, I think I was the one replying to you.
Oh my god.
The loot cave would constantly have people coming out of it very quickly, whereas Lucas's loot cave would have people coming out of it maybe once every 45 seconds.
No,
which
it was 6 seconds.
Did you time it?
Yeah. Well, that's how long it's meant to be. So.
Was it, Bud? Was
Well,
it
I
every
guess no.
6
We
seconds?
stand in the corridor and then you walk back and kill him. Then you go back, stand in the corridor, walk back, kill him.
So you're cheating.
Yeah.
Well, I was testing the
It
theory.
completely
out.
like you know when you use cheats in The Sims and it's fun to begin with,
Yeah.
but then after you do it for a while, it
Everyone-
fucking
everyone's
sucks.
dead.
Yeah. Until you just go around and start
It's-
taking ladders out of pools and shit. And you're like,
It's
whoa, I am
fireplaces
God.
everywhere and,
It
like,
sort of gives you a
carpet.
realization that literally once you get past level 20, all the game is loot hunting. That's it.
Yeah.
Like you repeat levels to just get loot and coins to buy loot.
I want to be able to do the raids, but it takes a long time. Like I just got to level 25 and
Yeah.
I put in a lot of hours for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I was level 27 after like 2 weeks. It
Yeah,
really wasn't
but-
that hard.
Yeah, 2 weeks of straight playing.
Yeah. What else am I going to do with my spare time?
What will you do? They
I don't
play
want to
games.
play this game now because I'm so far behind.
Too bad, Doug. You
No.
bought it.
Yeah,
You get
I
to
know.
level
We'll
20
make another
in, like,
character for you.
What, 10 hours? It's not hard.
To finish it.
No, to get to like level 20.
All you need to do is
Yeah,
do
I
the
think so,
story.
yeah.
Do the
So
story and you get
12
to like...
hours, 12 to 14 hours for Lucas.
No, it was like 22.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
all you need to do is do the story and you're pretty much at level 17 or 18.
Yeah.
And then by the end of that, just do a couple of strikes or some shit. And you'll get to 20 and, hey, you don't even get a trophy for it.
Oh.
You get some ceremony which you have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
Does anyone actually care about getting trophies?
No,
Ever?
not even a little bit.
No,
Back
gamer
on-
score was like a thing that was like, oh yeah, this is really good. I've achieved like 50 gamer score and stuff like this. But when PlayStation introduced it, it was trophies. It was like,
Yeah, they
Whatever.
just
They
trying to
didn't
copy.
keep track of it like overall. Is that what your complaint was?
No, they do.
no,
They
it's
do
just,
keep track
just
of it.
never felt the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never felt like because it was an initial thing.
I always wanted that Metal Gear Solid one where you have to play the whole game and not kill anyone. That sounds brutal.
See, that's actually worth it. That to do that would be like
because that's like a 40-hour game.
like if you said that to someone, they'd be like, "No, you didn't." You're like, "I got a trophy, man."
Yeah.
Only game that I did trophies in actively was because it seemed to be part of the game was Battlefield 1943. Like the remake on...
I like the
You
online
actually played that?
Yeah, loved it.
game. Wow.
It was super good.
1943,
Yeah.
not
Is
even
that like-
42.
No. Yeah, there was the remake of 42.
It was
I know.
basically 42, which is
I know it
updated.
was.
What was
But-
the deal with that? Was it on like a PC?
I don't even know if it ever made it to PC.
No,
it was
I'm sure.
PS3
I think it was
and
console
and
based.
Also, what they did to start with,
Check
which
it
is
out.
pretty clever, they had a competition for the most kills or something between Xbox versus PS3, and then that unlocked a map,
Yeah.
and then that was exclusive to that console for a certain amount of time.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
For a
it
certain
wasn't
amount of time. So
Yeah, of
not
course.
exclusive.
exclusive for a
like
month.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just a console game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people were disappointed they never made it to PC because the original one was just PC.
That was
Yeah.
so fantastic.
Original
I
one
still
was
think
the bomb.
Battlefield
Yeah.
2 was the best Battlefield playing multiplayer.
Well, this was the only one that I'd played as actively online.
But what was
and
the
then
beach?
actually got good at it.
What was the beach level?
Omaha.
Wake Island.
No, not Omaha.
Omaha Beach.
Was
Yeah,
that?
that's one of them.
Normandy.
Well, that is one of them.
No.
Yeah.
What's
It's
the
like
beach
D-Day.
one that's in 1942? The one that has it's like a
There's a U-shaped
yeah,
one.
that one. What's that?
Wake Island.
Wake
Oh, yeah.
on. That's it.
I
Now
said that right at the start.
I remember.
I think you're wrong though. I think it might be
There was always a couple of games that you had at school for my generation, and that was one of the games that, and it was only that. It was like the demo version of 1942.
Oh, really?
And that level was on it, and just everyone had that in a little hidden folder in their
Yeah.
sub-computer like compartments.
Oh, we had Halo.
We had Unreal.
You had what?
Halo.
On your computers at school?
Yeah, like on every computer. It was
Really?
awesome. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Did you just like... Are you still at school?
What? No.
Halo on computer, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it was.
Xbox,
Yeah, how long was it?
original Xbox was Halo.
Yeah.
And then it would have been a few years
It was a
after.
few
It
years
would have
after
been like 1 or
PC
2
port.
years.
I'm thinking like... Or my time at school, it was like Commander Keen. And,
Hey man, watch me play this by myself.
and
Unreal
Gi-
Tournament is
Gizmos
what we
and
played.
gadgets.
Not Unreal 99. It was
Unreal
awesome.
99.
Yep.
See, there was Half-Life and a lot of Half-Life mods that we actually got to play too, which is pretty cool. I was pretty excited
Quake
about that.
3 Arena was good fun.
Yeah.
Landing it up at school.
Well, you are old.
But I don't,
Yeah, I know,
I don't know if Quake 3 was as easy to have pirated versions. I think Unreal, you could just have a single
Oh yeah, that's
file.
right. You could just have the folder,
Single folder.
Yeah.
There was no...
and it was like copy paste on every computer at the school. Someone
Yeah.
just double clicked it,
couple
opened it
hundred
up.
meg. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably fit on floppy disks. Yeah, I've got this.
Oh, far out! Our school did have floppy disk drives. That's what I used to actually take to school. Was a little case of floppy disks. I've still got it at home somewhere. They literally like
You're
this
making it like
plastic-
you are way older than what you are.
No, it's like I was at the era of like floppy disks going out and like zip drives coming in.
Hey.
The bigger
They
floppy
were
disks.
nothing. They were a waste of time.
They were.
I can't even
They
remember
just-
them.
They were like just larger floppy disks. They had 250 meg
Wow.
on them.
It was mainly businesses and things that would have used them.
I really wanted one. I tried to convince the mum and dad.
The mum and
the
dad.
mum and dad to get it.
They're not even real.
I was conceived out of nothing.
Insert names there.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, so that was the only game I ever got badges on. Was 9.3 also. And I think it was to do with the game, so it was like real specific, get this many kills with this. So then I would just like trudge around with one gun for freaking ages just to achieve
But-
it.
Yeah, that's Battlefield in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Love
that was the only game I ever got as active on that.
Until now, most of the games you have to do stuff to get those badges, whereas games these days it's just like, hey, you passed the first level.
Yeah, that's what I think.
50 gamers
Get a
score.
trophy.
I think that's what PlayStation definitely have done
Yeah.
terribly.
No,
Does all of them do it?
normally if you get like you're passing a level, it'll be the exact same thing with Xbox and PlayStation.
Sometimes I wonder though when it's something funny that the badge is called on Steam, if I've done something slightly different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did I get this because I did the jerk thing in the game? 'Cause I think I choose the jerk thing
It
sometimes
pops up
by
saying
accident.
you are a jerk.
So
50
most
points.
of the time playing The Walking Dead, you get
You are a
trophies.
terrible human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just goes up. How do you live with yourself?
How are you not a zombie already?
The laziest game to ever have like a gamer score was King Kong on the 360.
Really?
It gave you nothing until you finished the game. It was like, here's 1,000.
Really?
Yeah, it's like,
Jesus.
just finish the game. You finished 1,000.
I can't believe someone made that game.
King Kong.
Yeah.
I've still got.
No,
I've got 2
someone
copies of
played
it.
it.
I've got.
better.
No, I loved it.
Is it because you
I've
can't
got-
get rid of it?
No, I really, really enjoyed that game. Like way back in the day, I've still got the gold case PC edition. All right, and I've got the 360 edition at home.
You bought both.
And I've got every other King Kong DVD and Blu-ray coming. I love that movie.
What did I step
good.
into?
What?
What did I
Well, he
step
looks
into?
like a monkey, so it's just like I can relate. I can
wanna-
relate
don't
to
wanna
it.
relate.
Gorilla.
this country.
Gorillas
Oh,
are not monkeys,
sorry.
right? So yeah, get it right.
Awkward.
King Kong.
Yeah, but he was
Okay.
just mentioning that you look like a
Yeah.
monkey.
just
Mate,
That's on the side.
you could hang out with King Kong.
Off topic.
didn't have to be related.
No.
Yeah.
I posted this on the old Facebooks the other night. that I
You're
was-
struggling, aren't
I
you?
was no, I'm good on this.
Can you hear this?
Sweat's coming off. That I was playing The Last of Us the other night. Now I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty you can possibly play.
I
it
only
on.
read the first line of that post, so you'll have to tell me what the post said. It was 5 lines long, and I was like, Reese, I was like, I don't care.
difficult. So you read the first line, and then you read the bottom where it said it was.
And then I
me.
tried to look at the picture, and
I don't think there wasn't a picture. That's why we were just waiting for it to
that's what-
load.
I was like, what's happening?
So, played The Last of Us, and I'm playing it on the difficulty that when they first released the game, they released it as easy, medium, hard, harder. And then, after a fair few months, they released it as grounded, which is harder than harder. So, a really hard version of the game. It's really hard. It's very, very hard.
Shocking.
Yeah, there was a
It's
level.
the kill me now from
Now,
like,
can
Doom.
I ask a question? Do you think it
Of
made
course
it
you can,
more
though. Go for it.
realistic, or was it just like you felt like you were more just contained to the game mechanics of like?
No, it is.
were
It is
people-
a lot more realistic because you die a lot.
No,
But I mean,
think-
like
I think
how
that's-
the AI and
yeah.
stuff is. Did it make you more immersed or less immersed because you're just like, oh, that guy's just seen me from like 50 kilometers away and he's seen my toe.
No, well, there's probably some bits in it that's like, even though it's really, really hard, there's a guy like up on a balcony and you'll get that whole sound effect of like...
Spoilers.
Yeah, oh, not the balcony part. That was the most visual thing.
Ruined it for He was on the balcony the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
And
Makes so much sense now.
you start hearing the sound effect of when they start to see you, so it's like this weird noise, but then like he just like looks away and it's like he didn't see me from a certain distance. Other than that, I've never had a problem with how hard it is, other than what actually happened to me. So I was on this level. This level's literally like a square box. I had been playing this game for maybe the last 3 weeks, trying to do this level. It's taken me about 2 to 3, maybe more. I
How many rage
lost count.
quits for the game?
About 3, because I just stopped after a couple of days and then went back, stopped again. And this is just before Luke actually came over. Just after I finished the part, which, alright, so I went in, you got to strangle a ton of guys, and then after you kill everyone, more guys just come out. And I was like, okay, cool, they killed me. And that happened about like 10 times. Now, maybe more, I don't know. But each playthrough that I was doing of it would take nearly about 25 minutes, even just to get to that one part. So dying after that long is very, very disheartening. It's very hard to do.
I died in that game a fair bit on
Yeah.
normal.
So
Same.
on this difficulty,
Let's clickers just ripping at you.
yeah. If a clicker gets you out, you're dead. If someone runs up and punches you, they knock you out, you're dead. If you get shot in the back, obviously you're dead. If you get shot anywhere, normally you're dead. So you pretty
I
much
get shot all
you
the
die a lot.
time,
And
but
I'm only playing this
I
because
run across open fields.
Yeah, I'm
and
a
just
bit
I try doing that and I die. This is my favourite game I've ever played, so I absolutely love this game. But to play the game again, I wanted to play it at that difficulty.
This is the only game I think you've ever gone and replayed on a harder difficulty.
Yes.
Because you like the game so much.
Yes. And it makes me cherish the moments where you walk around and you just look at things because I don't want to die.
No one's going to kill me.
And all right, so got right to the end. There was one guy, and there was like 2 guys actually, and there was this one little pillar that was about the size of my character. I somehow managed to sneak around this pillar, strangle a guy, and there was another guy at the doorway looking to the left. And I was like, oh, my heart's going. So I had to run around the pillar again. That guy saw the guy I just knocked out, ran around him, killed him anyway. So that happened, but because it was such a long process, my heart was racing like crazy. My hands were shaking. By the end of it, Luke came over. I was pretty angry.
No, yeah, he was hunched back in his lounge, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's there, he's basically hyperventilating, just trying to catch my breath.
And there's some moments in it where you do a level, you see a cutscene or like a little game through cutscene, and if you die, it takes you all the way back. And I didn't want that, so I played it a little bit more, saved it, or the game saved, and I was all good. But I haven't played it since then, and that was maybe last Friday.
Sounds like a great game.
Oh, you haven't
It is a
finished
good
yet?
game. No, I've finished the game, but I haven't finished it on that super hard difficulty yet. I'm taking a break from it.
Oh, you
'cause I
haven't
don't want to
finished
kill
on
anyone.
the super hard difficulty.
No.
Oh,
The game
how
gets,
fast
the game
are
gets
you?
harder after that.
Where are you up to?
I am up to a big giant car with like 50 cal bullets or whatever the big bullets are that
yeah.
shoot at me a lot.
Oh, that bit.
Luke's like, I'll play this level, so he played it, died.
Yeah.
After I got past the car.
You ran in front of the fucking car.
And it didn't hit me.
Yeah.
That good. And I didn't even run. I forgot which button was run, and I'm literally walking out, and the car's like, I'm like, shit, quick step.
It was painful, very painful game. But it's good. I absolutely love the game. Awesome game.
I imagine you die so much though, it'd just completely take you out of it.
Well, because I've already finished it, so it doesn't take me out that much. But
Fair enough.
I just want to pass it to get that trophy.
Do you want is that what you want?
No, I just want to play the game again.
You just want to play it.
Alright,
So when you
trophy.
chat to him online, it's got a little trophy next to his name.
Platinum. I
Yeah.
think is that what PlayStation is? Platinum.
Yeah, but that's only when
yeah.
you collect all the trophies, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, you get the platinum
Damn
trophy
it.
for each game when you get all the trophies that the game has.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
He'll get all the way to the end, and then he won't get a trophy and have a look at what they are, and it'll be like, finish grounded without dying once. He'll be like, what?
I don't think anyone could do that. That would be very, very painful. But
Someone could do it.
my heart going like crazy like that. I've never probably felt that feeling since I played. I think it was Burnout 2, because I was like in the last race of a mission, race, last lap of a race.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Thank you. Don't need to correct me.
Sorry.
And I think I played this about 8 times, and just before I crossed the finish line, some fucking dick would just pass me. Every time. I tried to like swerve in front of him. No, it doesn't
That
work.
one with the McLaren?
It was with some guy.
Just someone.
Yeah. Some
Is this
car.
why you hate racing games?
No, I like racing
No.
games. I like racing games that are ridiculous, like Burnout.
The
But I
arcade
don't like
races.
losing racing games that are ridiculous, like Burnout. So,
I agree with you. There hasn't been any other racing games since before Burnout Paradise
Yeah.
that I've had an adrenaline rush while playing.
Split Second. You played Split
Other
Second.
than Split Second. Sorry, since before, like
Yes.
Split Second is probably the last great racing game
Yeah.
that I played. And like, I'm exactly with Reece, like, I'm very arcade racer with just crazy random shit.
I
that
played a
happens.
fair bit of Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2.
They were
I
the
love
bomb.
those games.
And then they got real crazy. There was a spin-offy one from there. I can't
Carbon.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Dum-dum-dum.
Yeah.
I still get people at work
Yeah,
that
that
come in.
was good. That's I want to play that now.
I think it is. Is that number 2 that song was on? Was it number
Yeah,
1?
it was number 1.
Yeah. I can't remember.
They pretty much must have just watched Fast and Furious or Too Fast, Too Furious and like, let's make that exact experience in a game.
Yeah.
And go from
And
there.
then after they made that, they said, let's make some more bad racing games and not underground.
Everybody likes cops and robbers.
Yeah. Especially ones that can't get out of the car. It sucks. They suck.
I don't like any of the modern Need for Speeds.
No.
I haven't played
Even
a
the ones
racing game
that
in years.
Criterion went on to make, like Most Wanted 2012
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Just can't get in on. And saying that, like Burnout Paradise was more Need for Speed than it was original Burnouts, and that's why I preferred the earlier Burnouts and Split Second over Paradise.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't think I've played a Burnout game since like Burnout 2 and PS2.
Yeah.
I just
Did you get
haven't.
angry at the last level? The
I
last
didn't
race?
play the last level, just play with mates.
That's
Some of
stressed
us
out.
have friends.
So, some of us had to race against CPU. That was too hard. It was way too hard.
We raced all the time,
Yeah, I know.
and I always won.
Sometimes. Oh, you did not. You absolutely did not.
Prove it.
I
Let's
can't.
race.
Guess what I just recently bought?
Tell me.
Maybe about 3 hours ago. Pokemon Snap.
No shit.
Yep. Bought Pokemon Snap. So hopefully it should get to me soon.
That'd be sick as.
I want to get a collection of 64 games.
Is that a video game?
Again. What?
It is the greatest.
Yeah.
It's one of the coolest
Video
Pokemon
game.
games. Like, my favourite
64.
Pokemon games would be
No idea.
Pokemon Red and Blue, since they're practically the same. Pokemon Snap, and then Pokemon Stadium.
I told you I've only ever played Pokemon on Game Boy.
So Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon 1. Did you just call
No,
it Pokemon
like
1?
one of I don't know which one it was. I played one on Game Boy Color.
So what
are you even
the
doing
premise of the premise of
Just never
Pokemon
played
Snap
Pokemon.
is
The
it's
most ridiculous premise for any video
yeah,
game.
it's an
But it
on
works so
rails.
well.
It's an on rails
Does it though?
photography game.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine this. So you're in a cart.
You even talked to Professor Oak.
Yeah. You're on.
He's a camera.
It
Wow.
travels at a constant speed, and you aim at Pokemon and take photos.
Yep.
Yeah. Your goal
As
is to
you-
like,
do you play
take a
it? Yeah.
photo of all the Pokemon
Yeah.
on the level.
As
And-
you advance and get better photos, you can get boost to your cart, which means you can go faster.
Yep,
right?
that's pretty good.
Is
And
this like it should be a shooting game, but it's not? It's like
Yeah, in a
As I
way.
said, it's just
It's an on-rails
ridiculous.
shooter, but you don't shoot things, you throw
you
apples.
do. You shoot.
yeah.
Photos.
So you can throw
Terrible
photos
joke.
to interact with the Pokemon. So, not throw photos. You throw, here's a photo of Pikachu. You throw apples at Pokemon, and they'll walk over and eat an apple.
What
and then
was
might
this
interact.
on?
64.
Yeah. Like the height of the Pokemon
You know,
games, where they could just get away with anything.
Still the console you would have never played. You never had that hard palm, that really pain palm.
PlayStation 1 was better.
Calm down.
When was your first instance of like, a joystick? Not like a
Oh,
not like
I had a
not like a
joystick.
flight
That
sim
was good
joystick.
for Commander Keen.
But I mean, like, when Mario 64 first came out, that was when it was like 3D open world, and it was just absolutely amazing to have an interactivity with an on-screen character to walk back, forward, left, right, all around the place in a 3D environment. What was your first interaction with that?
Because like an old person, like, what's this Facebook? You would like flipped out when you picked up a game controller.
GoldenEye.
Where's the WASD key?
Also, so you did play some 64.
Yeah. But just none of the... I'd still...
Did you own a 64?
Nope.
I
wouldn't play Pokemon.
Were you ever blown away by like the joystick use, or were you just like, my computer?
Hated joysticks for a long time.
Yeah.
Specifically hated 64. Like, still reckon that's a dumb controller.
No, everyone thought that was a dumb controller, but it was the only one we had at the time that we could use with a 64.
Always thought, PlayStation controller was a good setup. That was thing. They were ahead of the curve. And Tony Hawk was real good.
Tony Hawk, right?
And I had that on my phone. Yeah.
That soundtrack.
First time I used it was on my phone.
I've got it on my phone, yeah. And then it's been broken since iOS 7. And they just haven't updated
Oh,
it.
really?
They're like, we're aware of it.
We're aware, but we've got your money.
That's what it felt like. I should email them. Jerk faces.
Just that's all. That's the
strong
subject.
like that, though, they probably won't respond.
They'll love it. I just love that the phone version had the full soundtrack.
It's such a good soundtrack.
Could you plug your phone into the computer and then play the soundtrack through it?
Probably do what you want.
Because on
Go on
most
YouTube and download it.
Hey, whoa, come on.
Sorry.
on most PlayStation 1 games, the music the music on most PS1 games was like WAV files, so you could literally just put it into a CD player and
I think
play
we
it.
talked about this last week.
I think Okay, moving on. I got a new game this week. It's not
game?
new. It was out a few months ago, but it was on sale on the PlayStation
You
Store.
purchased
I
a game that's new for you.
Yeah. Transistor.
New or second hand?
That was digital game.
Oh, digital.
Yeah,
Hey, well,
Transistor.
before we say this, wasn't there some post about something selling second-hand DLC or digital copies or something?
How do you sell second-hand DLC?
I know. I read it somewhere and it confused my brain. So,
Mine too.
What?
yeah. I think it was
Second-hand
GameStop were looking into
I
selling...
think I saw that as well.
Oh, you do now, do you?
Yeah, but I just ignored it because it sounded ridiculous.
Exactly.
So
And you did
passing
what
on
Lucas
DLC.
did, it just read the top
DLC
line.
Yeah, you
or
just read the title. And
digital downloads or something. Maybe it's like you get your code, you give it to someone, but maybe they get a new code and you can't use that code anymore or something.
Maybe it's like I buy Battlefield, I buy a DLC, I sell Battlefield to GameStop. GameStop now owns the DLC as well.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
You should work for GameStop.
No, that sounds awful. I've heard nothing but bad stories.
Look, what was your freaking story?
So
over
Transistor,
there?
I got that it's from the makers of Bastion.
It's kind of like
I like Bastion.
Yeah, and that's
I
what
played that game one time. Finished it too.
You played that game You can't just say that, though.
moving
Just
on.
saying. I did.
So it's
Did
still
you finish that game?
Bastion. No, I didn't, but I'm really enjoying Transistor at the minute. So isometric view, same as Bastion, and it has a narrator.
Isn't it
like
Oh, I
Bastion?
like Bastion.
Bastion?
Is it a guy that sounds
it's
like
Bastion.
Morgan Freeman?
I'm sure
No.
it's... Hang on, well, I'm sure it's Bastion.
I'm not
Bastion.
sold.
Not Bastion.
Yeah, it's Bastion.
It's Bastion.
Bastion.
Not Cthulhu. Alright?
Anyway,
Bastion like out a never-ending story.
so should I say, is it Supergiant that made? I think it's Supergiant. The previous Supergiant game.
Yep.
Okay. Bastion.
Beethoven.
So anyway, the latest one, Transistor. It's isometric view, the same. You've got a narrator, but the narrator is your actual weapon,
Yep.
which is this giant.
So it's like, shing, shing, shing.
no, he has this.
Oh, I'm killing
Watch it,
them.
I'm going to cut ya.
block.
Perry swinging around. Hit. Oh, plus 10.
Continue.
Yeah, so it has a really smooth voice. He literally think. The closest I could say is
I thought you were doing the voice.
is Peter Dinklage's just bland sort of voice.
Yeah.
But like with a cool, non-bland voice.
So Peter
So it's
Dinklage
normal voice.
in Game of Thrones.
Yes, but yeah. So it's just going. So yeah, there's some bad guys up ahead, and it was like that. I did not do it justice.
Doesn't sound like Peter Dinklage at all.
No,
I think he didn't do it justice.
not at
Well,
all.
look, this seems like the same sort of comedy that they used in
Disaster.
in Bastion.
I think
Or
it has
Bastion.
because I
Hold
did
up.
play an hour or two of Bastion. It was less of like the funny narrator of like, oh, there's stuff ahead and stuff, and more of exposition. So the sword actually tells you what's been happening, and
So far you've said that the game's called Bastion. And
game's called Transistor.
Transistor. Sorry, the game's called Transistor, and a sword can talk.
Yeah.
That's what we've gotten out of this so far.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited
Isometric
about this
view.
game, though.
So I suppose.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Now the sword that you have is like a living thing, and it glows every time.
It's a hack and slash, would you say?
No.
Not a hack and slash.
No, not at all. Very, very different. I really like the game mechanics. Okay, the sword as you're carrying it along must be really heavy because you literally drag it across the ground and it like sparks fly.
So
out.
you're definitely not Cloud from Final Fantasy.
No.
You can't actually.
It's it's
awesome.
It's like the size of Cloud's sword,
Yeah.
but in like real life, it'd be like shit. This is fucking heavy. I'm not gonna pick this up.
It never
unless I need
makes
to hit
sense,
something
right?
with it.
That sword was like as big as him.
Maybe the
And it was, like,
gel that he
thick.
had in his hair just
Yeah.
made it work so well.
Balanced, like one of those armbands.
Yeah.
Now you've got all the buttons on the controller, like circle, square, X, triangle, which are different powers. But what the powers are actual dead people. Okay?
Right.
Are you
As you're
playing this on PS4?
Yeah. As you're playing through the level, you'll come across like this dead person on the ground. And there'll be like a glowing orb above it. It's more like a cube, actually, glowing cube. You walk across and he's like... he basically has a one-sided conversation with the dead person. The sword does. Okay. And it's like, what's going on? Oh, that's happened? Well, come along with me then. And I'm like, what was the other part of the conversation? What's happened here? Tell me. And then, like, basically gets absorbed into the sword and becomes, like, triangle or something like this, which is another power that you can use.
Yeah.
At the minute, you start off with just one power where you lift up the sword and just slam it in the ground and it sends off a spark, all right, ahead of you. Another power that you can, like, you swing and it, like, zaps a real direct line through multiple enemies. So if they're in a row, you can do that. Another one, which is a dash, and another one, which is basically like the bomb. You know what the warlock throws, and it splits off into like extra little grenades. So does it. So I've only got the 4 powers. I believe there's more that you can get because it looks like you can swap and change, and there's upgrades that you can pick up as well. So one of the upgrades I picked up was this heart. Oh no, didn't pick up. Sorry. As you level up, you get to pick one of 2 different upgrades.
Can you upgrade the sword's voice?
No.
Can you get like a black guy voicing it?
Yo.
Like, yo, baby, get over there and fuck him up.
So I chose the heart one, and what that does is it turns bad guys to your side for a certain period of time and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's cooler upgrades, but you could swap and change them. So say I tried it on the direct line one that goes straight through multiple enemies and be like, oh, this is working really well. I can go into the menu at a terminal in the game, take it off that power and put it on another power. So you can mix as the game progresses, which is really cool.
So now, like, your line thing has the heart thing on it, so all the guys in the row
Yeah,
get it.
exactly.
Okay,
So, and
that's
you can
cool.
chop and change.
God, Douglas. Do you know this? That was nothing. Apologise, everybody.
Thunder. That was thunder.
Yeah,
It's pretty wild out there.
it is pretty crazy.
That's really scary.
Yeah. So you're a character called Red in the game, and
What's your sword called?
Stole that from Pokemon.
I'm not sure. I didn't get the name of the.
Is your
sword.
enemy blue?
Yeah.
Or Gary?
And you come across this professor called Oak.
Yeah.
Gary's such a dick.
He is.
He still owes me money.
So you're a singer. The music in this game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like just
As most indie games are.
Is
quality
this produced
level.
by Warner Brothers?
I don't think so.
Good,
Bastion,
good
or
question.
did I make that up?
I think you might have made that up. It's indie game.
Yeah,
So-
That's why I was real surprised.
nothing
can
says
check it
indie
out.
like Warner Brothers.
You you surprised yourself, didn't you, Doug?
Yeah, I'll go to Google that.
Oh,
Yeah. And yeah, so that's basically like the powers that you have. The fighting mechanics are, there's 2 fighting mechanics in the game. One is just consistent time as you go, and you just keep pushing the buttons, and it attacks, and you can just keep using your powers as
That's
you
my
go.
favourite card.
The other one is turn-based,
Yeah.
basically. So you push R2, and it comes up with a line across the top of the screen, and that's the time. So you can actually walk around, and as you are moving, the line will start shrinking. All right? Then you do like a power against an enemy, and then move away. And then you click R2, and it executes in one really quick fashion.
Oh, cool.
But you're really fast in this instance, so basically like give your speed like 10 times whatever you would normally be moving. But the bad guys still move a little bit as well.
Yep.
And I found that like if I ran up and did like a direct line against one baddie, he would start moving out of the way, but my attack that I chose to do would just keep going exactly where it is. It doesn't follow.
Yeah.
So you can choose to stop it halfway or go the full way or whatever you want. But if you basically use up your entire time, you have to wait until that time regenerates before you use a power again. So if you use it all up, then you literally just have to run around the screen waiting until your power's back up to start using it again. But yeah, I really like that turn-based mechanic.
How many hours you put into it?
About 2 so far, so not a huge amount.
But it won't be a huge game, will it?
No, it'll be 5 or 6 probably hours or something to get to the end.
Published by Warner Brothers.
It is?
Interactive.
Okay.
I did remember correctly, because I remember why has these guys done this?
But it's still an independent game. I think it's just...
Independent developer, Supergiant Games.
Yeah,
you were
right.
correct.
Yeah.
You were correct on that
one
side.
thing. Good job.
But not
Good
Warner
effort.
Brothers. Why would I remember Warner Brothers?
Yeah. True.
That's why I thought the production quality was good. I was like, maybe that's why they've got good soundtrack and good voiceover guy and stuff. And just the art, is the art style of that game really cool?
Yeah.
Bastion had its really own unique style.
I think it's, from what I can remember of Bastion, it's very similar.
Sounds
in that
everything
sort
you're describing about the game sounds very similar mechanic, apart from the turn-based business you were just talking about.
so you're the character Red, you're a singer, and as you're going through the levels and stuff, and it's like this neo-futuristic world, there's no other people there except for these robot, enemies.
That you run around killing.
You run around and
It's
kill.
like a robot genocide.
Cool.
What did the robots do to you?
They start shooting you. So you're like, I'll shoot you back.
So they think you're an intruder, and you just
I've
kill
probably
them.
never seen a human before. They're just scared.
Yeah,
You're a
the game
monster.
could end with you just being like the person that killed everything. So the robots are, trying to
depressing
save the
ending.
world. One of the cool mechanics I did find that I liked about the game, and it seems like it's something that you shouldn't like, but if you kill something, they turn into this little robot spawn, all right, that looks like Eve from Wall-E. Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So you'll kill one of the big robots, and it'll go thunk into a little Eve spawn, and we'll just sit there hovering. You have to walk over to it to pick it up. It's basically like a thing. If you don't, a timer is actually going off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When it goes back to 0, it turns back into the machine again. So if you don't go around and pick up them, you'll just keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
Right.
So
Couldn't you just do it for XP gains? Just let them respawn so you can kill them again?
No, because you kill something, it'll respawn. You still only get the one for because that's still the creature. It's just
They
literally
probably
just
figured that out
respawning.
pretty early on, I bet.
Yeah. But yeah, there was
Developing.
just an odd mechanic that I liked in the game.
It sounds like that would frustrate me, because I'm like, damn it, I've just killed all these people, and they're back.
Why would you play American, Mike?
I don't know. That's how my anger would be.
My people.
You would really like the turn-based mechanics in it, Doug.
I would.
think. And it's
Because
very
I'm
quick.
often playing turn-based games.
Yeah, it's very quick. It's literally like R2, zap, straight. No, shut up, Doug. In this game, you were like...
Speaking of turn-based games, we actually put up for people to win XCOM on our Facebook for free. All they had to do was post a little funny thing on it.
Oh, I put a thing.
Yeah, no, you don't get it. But no one else posted on it.
And it was
if anyone,
my game.
If anyone's listening and they want a free copy of XCOM Enemy Unknown, get up your phone's here. It's alright.
I
You're not going to get it.
XCOM.
All you got to do is just post on the Facebook Facebook post if you find it. So
Wow.
Razor,
What a
did you
great
like
prize.
my name?
what?
Razor.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, but you didn't answer the other half of the thing because I said, "What name would you get?"
And
if you
why?
got called the
I
wrong,
didn't do
and
the
why
why.
have you been given that name? You just said Razor. Who knows what you'd do?
Self-explanatory.
You shave a lot or
My actual
something?
name is Ray. So Razor.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yep.
So people didn't know that. See, I didn't even think of that. That's
I
terrible.
was saving it for this week.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I didn't want to have too good of an answer that I'd win it.
Yeah, of
It'd be
course
really awkward for you. I'd have to give it back to you to do a competition again.
KB, you've been playing Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got it a couple of days ago.
Tell us. Don't
On
spoil it.
PS3?
I've got it on PC,
Oh, PC.
so I can play it in 4K.
Oh, good one. That's
You
pretty
console.
exciting.
Did you download the high-res texture pack?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
How big
did
is
it
it?
change it?
How
Much?
big is the
I'm not
text
sure.
pack? No.
It wanted 6 gig of VRAM just to play, just for the textures.
Yeah.
So I've got
I'm
dual,
taking that's big.
Yeah, I've got dual
Okay.
R9 290s, and I've got 8 to work with.
Yeah.
So it's like $1,000 worth of graphics cards, and they want 6 of it just for the textures.
6 of them.
6 gig just for the
Oh,
textures.
6 gig
And you've
out
got
of
8 gig.
out
You've
of
got 8 gig on
Out of
it.
8 gig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it just wasn't going to happen.
No.
So I had to play it on 1080p textures.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh, this is for 4K.
Very embarrassing. Yeah, for
Yeah.
4K. But
In 4 years' time, it'll be like moderate level of like graphics and stuff.
Yeah, they'll be on like 8K, 16K by then.
Yeah,
for sure.
Be frustrating.
It will be frustrating. It's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
But
16K, shit.
yeah,
One day.
I've heard 32K is like the absolute max. Like after that, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah,
I remember-
so was colour television. But
Whoa! Correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're wrong.
before like 1080 was like this big thing, everyone was like at the understanding of a resolution and stuff. I used to have computer screens and stuff, which I'm pretty sure went higher than 1080, like 2000 by like 1500 or something like this. Like the resolution could go a lot higher.
Before 1080p, we were still working with like CRTs.
I think some
like
old
cathode ray
CRT
tubes,
monitors were high, Lucas.
Yeah, but I mean, like I'm pretty sure I had an LCD that could go higher
I
than
doubt
1080.
it. They would have been really expensive back then.
Maybe I'd
how rich were
Before
you?
like
Lucas?
everyone had one.
You bought
Yeah,
your
it was
TVs.
like
You bought your
40
TVs from Aldi.
It
And then
was
you took them back.
640 by 480. You're like, this is so high.
Love that.
Crazy graphics. So yeah, tell us about
Shadow
Shadows
of
Mordor.
Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. Shadows. I always say
whatever.
shadows. So it's fine.
Is there only like one shadow? Doesn't make.
I
much
think you
sense.
are the shadow. Is that right?
Well, I wouldn't get that far.
No. Okay.
Bastard.
Sorry.
Yeah, you play as Talion, some ranger. You work on the the Black Wall. Wait, it's a Black Gate.
Black
Black
Gate.
Wall.
You work,
Like,
on
is
the,
this
Black
Game
Wall.
of Thrones?
Yeah,
you work at the Black Gate.
yeah. There's too many references there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Wait, are you a bad guy in this?
No, I'm a good guy. This is before
A
this is
ranger.
after the Hobbit, and before Sauron's come back.
Oh, okay.
So Gondor still sort of owns that territory.
Yeah.
But one night, Sauron's like henchmen come back and they kill people. I don't want to spoil too much, even though like all the interviews.
I think
showed
the
just
I
ruin
think the
it.
video at the start of the game, like when they show the trailer, they
Yeah.
kill your family
They kill your family.
and you. Everyone knows that. If
I
you watch
don't
the
know
trailer,
any of this.
watch a freaking trailer,
Yeah, they've been saying. For
What
like 6
for?
months,
Do I
it's
do a
awful.
gaming podcast? Do I need to be informed?
baby.
Yeah, you do.
It's basically just payback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to like hunt them all down and kill them.
Yeah.
But there was like a couple of cool
Revenge.
things. So you're running around like Assassin's Creed style. You climb walls, you like stealth kill people.
Yeah.
You know, you got like the Batman Arkham City style, like wider block, extra attack, that kind of stuff.
Triangle.
Well done.
Triangle block.
Oh, whatever. I've got like a Logitech thing. It's why. Anyway, the graphics look all right, but the big thing.
No 4K.
No 4K textures.
Did you even boot it up in 4K?
Yeah,
Just
I did.
And run it in 2 frames a second? And
8 frames?
Hey.
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, this looks real good.
Yeah. Take a screenshot, send it to people, and switch back to 1080p. The big thing they were talking about the game was the Nemesis system,
Yep.
quotes, where you'd run into like a captain, and say you fight him, and he runs away, like because you beat him up too much, and he gets away. Next time you see him,
I'm telling Mom.
yeah, he'll run up to you, and you'll be like, "Oh, I ran away last time, but this time you're gonna die or whatever."
Yeah, man, that's
So, like-
that is a crazy call.
Right? Yeah.
I would have been pretty scared if
They
someone
talk
said
some
that to me.
serious smack.
Yeah.
And so they remember you. And you've got, like, say, 40 captains in the whole world. And you kill some, and, like, another dude will move up into his spot. And now that guy's there. But you can control their minds. So you can get them to fight each other. You can get them to, like, work together to fight a bigger guy. And eventually you can, like, control parts of Sauron's army. And then, like, fight against each other.
Yeah.
It's really handy.
How did the Nemesis system work for you?
It was interesting. I really
Yeah.
liked what they did with it.
Because some dude I was reading on Reddit said that he leveled up a guy, and he made him get so strong that he was like unbeatable and really, really hard to fight because he
Yeah.
got to like the next stage and he was just like, I can't beat this guy. This
Yeah.
guy's too tough because
Like he turned back on him?
Well, I don't know what happened, if he actually took over him or something else happened, but he got so strong that his power was, and he's just like, I made him too tough.
So, like,
How do
every
I beat
time
him?
they kill you, that guy gets, like, a power level.
Yeah, so when you die, I'm guessing that
Yeah.
the Wraith, is it? Is that what he is? A Wraith?
Yeah, yeah, it's like a Wraith.
Brings you back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the whole not dying thing.
Yeah. So they purposely made it like pretty hard so that you die a lot, so that the orc army would like keep moving around. The command would get different over time. But you keep fighting a guy and he gets better and better. But it's like he becomes invulnerable to stealth. He becomes invulnerable to ranged. He becomes invulnerable to like pretty much everything, and it like becomes really hard to kill him. And it's friggin' annoying. I like spent hours hunting down one dude.
Really?
So I guess like they've done their job pretty well.
How long did it take you to finish it? Have you finished it?
Yeah, 13 hours,
13 hours.
which I thought was pretty short.
Yeah.
But
There's a certain part of that mechanic which I'm intrigued to see, play out. And if you, like, cut one of them, like on their face or something like this,
Yeah.
and they run off, they'll come back with a scar on their face.
and they like have like masks covering up spots and
Yeah,
stuff.
and they'll remember. They'll be like, "You cut me, I'm gonna cut you now," and you might like chop off their arm or something. They'll come back with their arm, but with like a another scar on their arm or
I
something.
didn't see the arm missing stuff.
I don't think the arm gets missing, but like
like you throw them into fires and stuff, and they've got like burns
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well,
It's pretty
I
cool.
thought this game was online. I thought
it's another MMO.
I really did think that. Yeah, I was like,
Well, I read that you can you'll get like one of the orc leaders and stuff, and you'll literally behead them, all right, and you'll be like, okay, they're dead. No, they can still come back just with a bag over their head or something like this.
I definitely
because
didn't see that.
it's a mechanic. I think it could be a part of a glitch. in the
Actually, I
game.
did see some dude come back with like a bag on his head.
Did you? Yeah.
But I don't think I cut his head off. I think I just fucked him up.
Just
Yeah,
because
I
they
went
get
to
too
town
embarrassed about all their scars and stuff like this.
is it
They
the
got-
best
they
Lord
were
of the
pretty up
Rings game?
No.
Really?
Battle for Middle Earth 1 and 2 still tops the chart. for
Was
me.
that the ones where you either Legos Gimli or like you did a story?
No, that was like a
that's the Age of
real-time
Empires
strategy.
I was going to say, is this Age of Empires? For,
Yeah, it was like Age of Empires for Lord of the Rings, and it was
Oh.
epic. I loved it.
like the Star Wars one. Luke would have played that.
Galactic Battleground.
That was so good. And Empire at War was the other one.
Yeah, that was the one we could zoom right out and actually do the space battles. In
Yeah,
the
the space battles
the
were epic.
DLC, or I think it was.
I only played a little bit of it.
Okay, yeah,
But
I played
the
Red
space
Faction.
battles were great fun.
yeah.
Red Faction 2.
That was
Man,
amazing.
I loved Red Faction.
Good game.
Anyway,
Drilling holes.
back on Mordor. I like that this is basically it's a AAA game, so it's quite large. It was from the guys
Monolith.
Monolith that made what was it? I gotta look it up because it's really
It wasn't
good.
Fear, was it?
Yeah, Fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guys that made Fear.
I played some.
I played some Fear. I played.
Get up to the part with the ladder.
Were
At
you
the
like,
start of the game.
Doug was
No, it's
anticipating
like
Shadow of
halfway through.
Mordor coming out. So
You know that part where you're walking through the sewer and there's like a ladder, so you like press X to go on the ladder or whatever. And you go down, and then you look up and the chick's just like staring at you.
Isn't that like one of... Jeez, I almost got pretty far in it.
That's about like a third of the way through the game.
Shit, I nearly finished the... Oh no, a third. Okay,
Yeah.
I finished a third of the game.
Well done.
I stopped playing after that.
I played the first one not long after it was released. Oh,
It was
okay, I'll lie.
terrifying.
It was long enough after that I just bit my tongue. That the DLC or before DLC, it would have been just a paid
expansion pack.
Yeah, paid
the
expansion pack.
better
Was there an expansion?
versions of DLC.
But yeah, went to play that or number 2, whatever, and I was like, yeah, this is too scary. I'm done. Played the first, the whole, finished the game, and then I was on a train or something. I was like, no.
I
Can't
mean,
handle this.
there could be someone here that does this to me.
I'm like, my ticket can't take this no more. I'm not really. I like shooter games. I don't like scary.
Not
games.
big on the horror ones
Scary
either.
shooter games.
That's probably the only horror game I actually cracked.
And then they
I
released-
loved it. The Penetrator with those giant nails.
I vaguely remember any of it.
And then
But
they-
there was boss.
You could
battles.
nail people to walls and stuff. It was
Oh,
awesome
that's
fun.
right.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a really cool mechanic. It was slow motion doing that was the best.
I remember-
Those
was there
grenades, how they,
glass
like-
that-
Yeah,
There was glass that broke real well.
that was one
Yeah.
thing I was really excited about too. I'm pretty sure the only reason I started playing this game was to shoot the glass and see how it broke.
That was
And
one of the things
lights,
you
you
were
could
doing.
shoot the lights and they're like,
Yeah.
it swayed.
You
It
would
was
do that in a lot of
mind-boggling.
games. Is when you would see a glass, you would always shoot it to see if it would just make a shatter, like a
Or it just has one of
Or,
those
like
images,
a full
PNG over
like
the
it
top
would
of it.
completely just turn to pieces, or it would just have a little
remember-
bullet hole in it.
Source Engine, for Half-Life 2 and all those, they did a really good job of that. Where it would shatter, and then where you jump through would be specifically the bit that broke.
Well, the video that initially came out before Half-Life 2 came out, where it was like shooting the corner, shooting the corner, shooting the corner, and then
Oh,
it
then
just
it
started
falls.
collapsing away.
Yeah.
That was so good.
That
I
was
lost my shit
games
at
are
that.
cool.
Absolutely
And
lost my
dynamic
shit.
lighting.
Yeah. I remember, there's nothing to lose your
PC.
shit over now. Everything's
Yeah?
good. Except for Oculus Rift.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. I played Half-Life 2 with it.
Yeah?
So funny.
There you go. We're meant to talk to him about that, aren't we? Good
Oh, yeah.
segue.
Yeah, I owned an Oculus Rift for a while.
Good character.
What is your experiences with?
Give us your
Oculus?
quick opinion of Oculus.
Did anyone slap you in the
Mind-boggling
nuts?
amazing. Yes. Lots of times.
Did someone?
Yeah. Just like walk in, like sack tap me.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
So it's like, this is realistic.
Oh, this is what I'm expecting to happen.
Yeah, it will. No doubt. Definitely will
Yeah.
happen.
Although I think the new one has cameras on the front, so you can like switch
For
out.
that specific reason. I
Yeah,
bet you.
just for like sack tapping alert.
Yeah.
Like top corner.
It's like alien.
Yeah, like bup, 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 bup. Ah, minus 10 sperm.
That works.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I probably did the worst thing ever. I got it, and I was like, I'm going to play Mirror's Edge. That'll be so much fun. Have you guys played Mirror's Edge?
That's a game which I think would be perfect for it.
I hate
That's
it.
what I thought as
Yeah.
well, except, you know, like you press Q and it like turns you around.
Oh,
Yeah, that's super motion
Did you feel
sicknessy.
yourself when you were doing that, but you
the
move a
whole
bit?
time? Yeah, if you
Yeah.
stand up, it's a lot better.
Because like when you get vertigo, which that's the thing is when
Yeah.
you
You
feel
usually
you're moving
get
and
when
stuff.
you're like staring down a 30-story building.
Yeah,
in
so
VR.
and you feel like you're all moving and stuff, and like, but you're not in a way. You would get that so much from it because
Yeah.
your whole body, your mind would think you're moving, but you're not.
Yeah.
Did you ever stand up and play anything?
You,
and then
it was better off standing up. The
Did you
rule
ever
was
fall?
like if they were sitting down in the game, you sat down in the game. If they were standing up, you stood up, because otherwise your body just loses its shit.
Really?
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
So like the roller coasters, you sat
So
down.
basically, unless you're Professor X, you're standing every single shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you'd be doing the impossible crouch, and you're like, "Wow, man, my calves, they're so strong."
Yeah, it's a good workout. Some shooters were better than others. Like
Yeah.
Half-Life 2, it was really good, except for the fact that your guy like goes from standing to like sprinting straight away.
Mr.
Yeah.
Gordon.
No, there's no run up, like lead up to it. But Half-Life 2 was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because you like, the first level, you get in on the train, you're walking around, all the guards, like, when you look at someone, they'll like, look straight at you.
Oh,
It's so creepy with the
Because that
voice
was
on.
awesome just on a monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that would be good.
does
Now I really want to buy an Oculus Rift again, Lucas. This is-
Again, you haven't bought one yet.
yeah, that we talked, no, like went through spats of wanting one
Yeah,
and then waiting.
yeah. Well, DevKit 3, is it, or 2? Is that
No, they're not releasing past
Sony
2.
Xperia?
Oh, it's just...
It's 2 and
Well,
then
that-
it's going to be
CV1, hopefully.
full
consumer
release.
version.
Full consumer version will probably
You're all
be...
saying letters and numbers.
Consumer version 1.
Okay.
That'll probably be mid next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
reckon
there's
April,
one
May.
more dev kit and then it's...
No more DevKits.
No more DevKits.
It's
Oh,
the
there's
DevKit
2
2's
out?
out.
Yeah. DK2 came out months ago.
And now...
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Every
then-
time I used
Donkey
to
Kong
read
Country.
that on one of the gaming
What I thought
websites,
you said originally.
like seriously, every time I used to scroll and there was like a DK2 to be released soon, I was like, Donkey Kong Country 2?
Yeah.
I'm like, what, re-release?
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, when you said DK1, I was like, oh, fuck, Tropical Freezes on that? That doesn't even work. Like, that's a shit game. What are you, like, maybe if you were Donkey Kong, starts like, it might, but no, that'd be really painful to play. What was, so that was the worst game, Mirror's Edge, that you played on it?
Yeah, I was sick. Like, you fall off the buildings, just sick
Did you
to your
actually
stomach.
throw up from it, ever?
No.
Really?
I used herbal remedies to, to reduce the motion sickness. That
yes.
really worked.
Did you play Team Fortress 2?
No, never a big
Is it
Team Fortress
easy
guy.
to control with, so what, so you move your head and all that,
So there's a lot to it, but like Half-Life 2 was really good because the cursor was bound to your joystick.
Yeah.
And like your movement left, like straight from was the other joystick, and then your head did the turning.
Yeah.
Whereas most games, this is the cursor, and when you move your head, it's moving it.
Right, okay.
So you're moving your weapon's aim with your head.
Yeah.
So you play Battlefield, and it was awful.
So it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, shit. So
But
you
it's-
prefer to be like,
was
being able
tons
to
of fun
shoot
there.
something in a direction and then being able to look to see, oh,
So
shit.
really they need
Oh, Johnny's
to,
over there.
Because they detach the gun from your
Yeah,
head, basically.
it's like 100% necessary. Because otherwise you're like trying to sniping in Battlefield, but your head's, it's always bobbing a little bit. It's not like rock still, you know.
Imagine doing 360 quick
Maybe if you
scope.
sit
You know,
down-
you're just like...
Maybe if you sit down, you'll be
Choke
right.
yourself on the wire.
Did you ever play Skyrim with it?
Yes.
Yep.
The map was too big, and the resolution on the Oculus was like, I think it was 640 by 800.
Well, that's terrible.
800 by 640 per eye.
It was the first... It was
So you couldn't see very
Galaxy
far.
S2?
Did you ever
I
get
can't remember.
crossing?
I'm not sure.
Or is it perfectly matched up for your eyes so you don't start going all weird?
Cross-eyed. Oh, there was like a setting on the side you could fiddle with that dragged it in and out.
Yep.
And there was a lot of other settings.
Oh, cool.
I didn't bother with.
No, you just went, does, it's working great.
Yeah. So Skyrim was like a no-go because it was too big and you couldn't see more than like 10 feet in front of you.
So you'd need to be playing in a way a linear style game that's not.
No, you just need a better resolution, really.
Oh, okay.
Which is in DK2.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
But then the third one is what they've been showing, isn't it?
32-bit.
No, they haven't even shown off.
I thought that's what everyone's been looking at. That has. Whoops.
You bastard.
Just because you did it doesn't mean you have to wreck it.
Is that what they've been showing? That has all the balls on the back of it as well.
No, they've been showing like DK2, the next version. I can't remember what they've got so many weird like pseudo names. Yeah, but it's like the next one up. But I think it's still the same resolution. It just had some weird software stuff with it.
Did you get this from Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're one of the back.
How long did you wait?
Oh wait, sorry, not on the backs. I got it from the website actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it like 3 months after I ordered it, so it's pretty good.
That's all right. It's slightly long wait.
Okay.
It was like $400.
The only question I sort of have to ask: does it feel like that is where games will be going? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Completely changes the way you play.
Well, the fact that it will have another camera for the sack tap, I think that works now.
And it comes sack alert, sack alert.
Yeah,
automatically pauses your game, and like the screen goes, and you just be like, fuck off, Reese.
Oh, man.
So when you buy it, it also comes with a complimentary cricket box. Perfect.
Motion censored.
Yeah.
It's got one of those fear grenades though. It'll fucking shoot out the spikes.
Now, you don't have to answer this question. Did you play any sexual games?
I did not.
No, you didn't. No.
I was disappointed in myself, but I didn't.
He was like, "What? Damn it! I've already sold it."
Yeah,
I did beat off to Half-Life 2, but
yeah, it was good. I spent hours just like giving them the finger. Just the guards push you. Shit.
Fuck you, man.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're just in the subway. The whole
My
time.
housemates thought I was going
that one
insane.
scene where you first meet Alex and the old guy.
teleporter.
Her father
Is that her dad?
or the doctor.
No, the grey hair.
Yeah,
Gordon, push that trolley into there and start an alien invasion.
I mean, like that whole conversation setting I think would just feel amazing with the Oculus. Just being able to like look over here and then turn and just look at them as they're talking to you and stuff.
Yeah, it's good. Like you can look from person to person as they talk.
Did you take the piss out of the fact that Gordon doesn't talk? And you were just like, Alex, hey, listen to me. She's like, you don't talk much. She's like, what the fuck? Yes, I am.
Yeah, I provided all the voice and the lines for it.
Damn, girl, you're looking good in this elevator.
Gordon's
It's
got
like
a real
climbing
mouth
a
in
ladder.
VR. Yeah, Gordon's a real dick in VR, if you ask me. Says some pretty inappropriate stuff.
But like, this is the thing. I see virtual reality gaming going 2 games, obviously, but
Oh, really?
a massive
Amazing
area
speculation.
going.
Virtual reality games going together. You genius.
Also,
Called it here, didn't he?
yeah, you heard it here first. But also to the porn industry.
Oh, absolutely.
It definitely will.
Isn't there like a rule of technology?
Yeah, it'll come
It's
with,
only as good as the porn.
it'll
it can
come with.
provide.
That's what made Blu-ray.
It's what made mobile phones.
That's right.
Actually,
That's why they're getting bigger.
That is what made Blu-ray.
What?
Specifically. Yeah, when the porn industry said, yep, we're using Blu-ray instead of HD DVD.
Yeah,
And
I
that
wouldn't be
was the
surprised.
tip.
PlayStation 3 had
wow.
nothing to do with
And
it.
that was the tip. That was the tipping point.
That was the
Jesus.
tip. Just the
Yeah.
tip.
Just the tip.
Just the
Tip of the old cock. What?
Cockberg.
Last question I have Oculus, the shooting in it, as like the Oculus is your head, the aiming with like the mouse or something like this. As you're looking and you move the mouse, like does the gun just move up and the cursor and stuff? So
We covered that already.
Yeah.
So
No,
if
but
you-
where were you?
No, if you didn't
Yeah, I know,
listen,
I heard
you
that
In
jerk.
some
before.
games, it's
I-
decoupled.
Yeah.
So the mouse will control where you're aiming.
But my question
Hang on, you
was,
stood up using a mouse?
Or a joystick. I
Okay,
was just trying to be
yeah,
more...
Okay, well joystick, yeah,
Transparent,
whichever
yeah.
way. But does it feel faster and easier to shoot and aim at things?
Yes, it is 100% better. Because you can look like over here and still shoot something over there.
That's so good.
One question more. Have we nearly run out of time?
Yeah.
We have. Okay. Did you play with headphones?
Yes,
Yeah. And that
a lot.
like surround sound headphones or just
So I
standard
played
or-
this one tech demo where it was like, like a music visualizer in Windows Media Player. It was like that, but a 3D VR one. And you just trip balls. Like there's like bright lights flying everywhere. You're like looking around.
It's like a full rave party.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's like trippy as fuck. I love it.
That's what I'm not specifically that, but that's what I'm really interested about VR is the different new experiences that you can get.
Psychedelic sort of experiences
Yeah,
you'd be getting.
because how a game can mess with your visual perception and stuff as well. Like the movie Coraline. Did you guys ever watch that?
No.
In 3D.
Caroline?
I think it's Coraline.
Bastion?
No.
Cthulhu.
Basically, in that movie, in the 3D, it actually warped the vision as she was going down like this tunnel, and it like gave you like a different sense rather than like the full 3D depth. It like stretched out and everything like this. So I like that they tried that out with 3D there, but with Oculus specifically, like there's so much that you can mess with. Like, you know how like in the Matrix they did like the full zoom out and stuff like this. Like fucking the shit that they can do.
There was this really cool tech demo. I think it was called Perception or something, and it was you're in this room, and every time you look over here, say there's like a chair, and you look over here and there's a couch. Then you look back and it's a lamp.
Oh, fuck.
And it's freaky as fuck. It's great fun.
That's just like Antichamber.
Yeah. That game made me angry enough.
I love that game. It was good.
Shoot.
Okay, that is
A good podcast.
of the Trusty Crowbar.
The best ever, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
You can follow Neil.
Neil. Oh, some impression on there. Yeah.
KB.
It's
KB.
at Neil from Trusty Crowbar, episode 85. So I'm Lucas Winningslow.
I'm Reese Winningslow.
I'm KB.
And I'm Douglas Bright.
And did you forget it?
Let's get people to go on Facebook and find Reese's competition.
That's
and
right. Do
win
it.
some stuff.
Win a game. I'm going to keep posting more games up. If someone wins this, do it. What? That makes sense?
If someone wins
sure.
it, you win
And
it.
don't think,
That's right.
I'll never win this. You probably will. Just post.
Post
It's
something
a
funny.
good-
It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like there's much competition anyway.
Beat
So
me.
you've got a good chance.
Got
and
Razor
beat-
over here.
Try and beat me winning my own game back.
Yeah. I'll even reshare it for everyone, alright? I'll reshare it. Alright. Well, toodaloo, everybody.
Thank you. And,
Bye-bye.
Have a lovely day or night.
we'll
I'll
see you
miss
next
you.
week. Please check out YouTube because this is on YouTube now.
Yep.
On video. On demand. It's now
In 720p.
vodcast.
Peace out.
Is it a vodcast?
It's a video podcast.
It was.
I'm sure it's not a vlog.
Chicks on what? Good night.